Imagine you're in the middle of absolute chaos, deadlines piling up, relationships getting complicated, and the world around you seems to be spinning out of control. Your heart's racing, your mind scattered, and peace feels like a distant dream. Now, what if I told you that nearly 2000 years ago, a former slave who became one of Rome's greatest philosophers discovered a powerful secret to finding calm in the middle of any storm, a secret so effective that it's still changing lives today? I'm Victor Sleiter, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to share 3 Stoic practices that can help find peace, no matter what chaos life throws at you. Before we dive into the practical techniques, let's understand something crucial. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, believed that chaos isn't our enemy, it's our teacher. They discovered something revolutionary. Peace isn't the absence of chaos, it's our response to it. Think about it. 2 people can face the exact same situation, a cancelled flight, a lost job, a relationship ending, yet react completely differently. One person falls apart while another remains centered. Why? The Stoics would say it's not the event that disturbs us, but our judgment about it. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters. Let's explore 3 powerful Stoic practices that can transform how you handle chaos. The first secret is understanding what Epictetus called the Dichotomy of Control. Here's how it works. Take a moment right now and ask yourself, in your current challenging situation, what's actually within your control? Your actions? Yes. Other people's reactions? No. The weather? No. Your response to the weather? Yes. Let me share a personal story that transformed how I understand this principle. Last year, I was preparing for an important presentation when suddenly my computer crashed. Years of conditioning made me instantly panic. But then I remembered this Stoic teaching. Instead of fighting against what I couldn't control, the crashed computer, I focused on what I could control, my response. I took a deep breath and grabbed a notepad and started outlining my presentation by hand. The result? Not only did I deliver the presentation successfully, but the experience felt more authentic. Here's a practical exercise I want you to try, the control inventory. Write down your current top 3 stressors. For each stressor, list elements you can control. List elements you can control. Create an action plan focusing only on the controllable elements. The second practice might surprise you. The Stoics use something called negative visualization, but not in the way you might think. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, they deliberately contemplate potential challenges, not to stress about them, but to prepare for them. Think of it like a mental fire drill, but here's what most people get wrong about negative visualization. It's not about dwelling on worst-case scenarios. Instead, think of it as a mental preparedness training. Just like how athletes visualize game scenarios or pilots training simulators, we can strengthen our mental resilience through thoughtful preparation. Let me show you a powerful exercise called the Stoic scenario planning. Choose an upcoming situation that makes you anxious. Visualize 3 possible challenge scenarios. For each scenario, plan your ideal response. Practice these responses mentally. And notice how your anxiety decreases as your preparedness increases. The key is to do this exercise from a place of calm curiosity, not anxiety. You're not worrying about what might go wrong, you're building confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. The third practice is my personal favorite. The Stoics called it the view from above. Imagine zooming out from your current situation, seeing your city, your country, the entire planet and beyond. From this cosmic perspective, how significant is that missed deadline or that awkward conversation really? This isn't about minimizing your challenges, it's about putting them in perspective. Let me share something fascinating. Astronauts often experience what's called the overview effect. a profound shift in perspective when they see Earth from space. They report feeling that their earthly problems suddenly seem insignificant. While we can't all go to space, we can simulate this perspective. Here's a guided exercise I use daily. Find a quiet place and close your eyes. Imagine slowly floating upward. First, you see your immediate surroundings, then your neighborhood, your city, your country, the Earth, the solar system, the galaxy. Now bring to mind your current challenge. Notice how it feels different from this expanded perspective. Now, let me share something that transformed my own life. You see, I used to approach the Stoic practices like a crash diet, all enthusiasm at first, then quickly burning out. But everything changed when I discovered what I now call the Peace in Chaos protocol. Picture this, it's 7 a.m. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone to check the latest chaos in your inbox, you take 5 to 10 mindful minutes, just 5 to 10 minutes, to set the tone for your entire day. Start by asking yourself one simple question. What storms might I face today? This isn't about worrying, it's about preparing, like a sailor checking the weather before setting the sail. Take a few deep breaths and do your control inventory check. Maybe you have a challenging meeting ahead. You can't control your colleague's attitude, but you can control your preparation and response. Then, quickly visualize potential challenges, not to stress about them, but to rehearse your calm response. By midday, when the world's chaos is in full swing, you need what I call your reset moment. Find a quiet spot, even if it's just your car or a bathroom stall, and take 2 minutes for the view from above exercise. Trust me, these 2 minutes can completely shift your perspective on whatever crisis feels all-consuming. And as the day winds down, give yourself the gift of reflection. But here's the key, make it a celebration of progress, not a critique of perfection. I like to light a candle, grab my journal, and ask 3 simple questions. What moment of peace did I find today? When did I choose response over reaction? What wisdom can I carry into tomorrow? Now, I know what you might be thinking, Victor, this sounds great, but who has time for all of this? Here's the beautiful thing about these practices. You can start with just 1 minute. 1 mindful minute in the morning, 1 deep breath at noon, 1 grateful thought at night. Like a garden, inner peace grows from small, consistent acts of cultivation. You don't build a sanctuary overnight, but brick by brick, breath by breath, moment by moment. Remember, finding peace in chaos isn't about eliminating the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. These Stoic practices aren't just ancient philosophy, they are practical tools that have helped countless people find tranquility in turbulent times. Think of these practices as your personal sanctuary in the storm. Just as a lighthouse doesn't stop the waves, but provides guidance through them, these Stoic practices don't eliminate chaos, they help you navigate it with grace and wisdom. Remember, the Stoics weren't just philosophers, they were practical people facing real challenges. They developed these techniques because they needed them, just like we do today. In the comments below, share one chaotic situation you're dealing with right now, and which of these practices you think might help you the most. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical ancient wisdom, and hit that notification bell to join our growing community of modern philosophers. Until next time, stay curious and keep growing!